my favorite video of the month. It is my favorites and fails countdown, where I count from the worst product I tried all the way to the best product that I tried this month, and I have some very odd products, along with the Too Faced Better Than Chocolate collection that I promised you I would give you an update on. I've got all the things that I've bought built into the countdown, so if you want to see what I've been trying and loving and not loving so much, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. Before we get started with our favorites and fails countdown, we always start with a hashtag not sponsored feature. And the reason why it is hashtag not sponsored is because I get brands that reach out to me that want to sponsor my favorites videos. I actually had one this past month, and I said absolutely not, because I think that's weird to strategically place a sponsored content product within a favorites. And my hashtag not sponsored feature is always something, well, typically something that's not makeup related, that I want to share with you. And this time, I want to share with you a company that I found on Instagram called Animefy. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's the way I've been pronouncing it, where essentially you send them pictures of whoever you want, your family, whoever, and they turn you into anime characters. I needed a present for my husband for Father's Day, and John is extremely difficult to shop for because John just buys all the stuff that he needs, and that makes it very difficult to figure out what to get for him. But I thought this would be a perfect Father's Day present. I went through the process of ordering, and it was extremely expensive. Since he's listening right now, I'll put the price up on the screen right now of how much this cost me. So it was very expensive, but I was like, this is gonna be the perfect present for him. It's a custom piece. Like, that's just how much something like this is gonna cost. Like, it makes sense to me. The way that it works is you fill out their website and you put in like the names of the people, what age they are, animals, all of that. You upload photos. You can only upload up to 7 photos of pictures of your family. So I did all of that. And then there's a little box that says any details that you want. So I specifically said that I wanted my son to be Naruto because he loves Naruto and he watches Naruto with my husband. And I was like, that's what I want, but I can't really think of anything else. And that's the problem. We'll get into why that was a big problem in a second. So I submitted it, and Father's Day comes and goes, and I heard nothing from the company. What I didn't realize was that the guaranteed delivery by Father's Day was if you wanted a digital copy of it, and I had ordered a print. So that was my fault for not reading properly. A couple of days later, I did get my first proof that I will put on the screen for you. Now, if you do not know, I have one older child who is non-binary, and then I have one younger child, and I do not have 3 children. What they did was they made a duplicate of my son, even though I explicitly said I had 2 dogs, a cat, 2 adults, and 2 children. They ended up putting an extra child in there. I was also not a big fan of the way my body looked because I didn't feel it was accurate to the way that I look, especially in the boob area. I did not feel that was accurate. And I didn't think the face looked much like me either. I also happened to think my son's head kind of looked like a potato. My older child was too short. They're about the same height as I am. I also thought that we were gonna be posed like ninjas because I ordered the thing that says Ninjafy Me. So I was thinking if I order Ninjafy Me, they're gonna make us look like ninjas instead of a family cosplaying in a forest. So I said that as well. I sent it all back, and they said back, well, you're gonna have to pay an extra fee per person that you want your pose changed. You should have said that when you first ordered if you wanted to be posed like ninjas. And I was like, dude, why are you calling it Ninjafy if you're not gonna make people actually be posed like ninjas? I don't know. So then another week goes by and I get a second proof. Here is the second proof. And as you can see, my cat is still not there and I have an additional child that is still there. And it's just like, what is even happening? But they fixed my boobs, which I was quite happy about. But then I had to send it back. Another couple of weeks go by and I get the final proof. And I approved it. This is what we ended up getting. We just got it this past week, and this is the final art. And when my husband opened it, he absolutely loved it. And it was the perfect gift for him. Is this the perfect photo of everything that I wanted? No, but it's close. It's close enough. I've got my cat in there. I don't have an extra child. It looks quite a bit like us, so this is the final picture. So in the end, my thoughts about this company is that they need to have more information in checklists in the beginning so that you can say things like the people's heights. I think that would have been really helpful for them to know so that they had my oldest be the correct height along with their age. I think also, you know, if you want a specific pose, maybe they only have 3 different styles of posing that you can do, maybe having that in a checklist so that you can know what the options are instead of just leaving it so open-ended. And then you could put something else in the notes if you think of something additional to whatever the specifics are that they typically do. So overall, this was an extremely frustrating experience. The first person I talked to at customer service was just not very helpful, and the second person was much better, but it was a very long process that I didn't expect to be so long. I didn't feel like they were customer service focused. So if you do choose to go with this company and make a picture, I definitely wish you luck. I hope it comes out good on the first try. Definitely make sure you fill everything in the beginning, everything you can think of, because they're not very happy about it if you want to change anything. So yeah, that was a little frustrating. But overall, I would give them a 5 out of 10. As far as working with them. But I do really like the picture. My husband likes it. It worked out fine. Now, with that long story out of the way, let's talk about makeup with the worst product I tried this month. So the worst product that I tried this month was a purchase as part of my Ulta haul that I did not that long ago. This is the Ulta Twisted Volume Maximum Performance Mascara. And the reason why I got this is because I thought it was really cool how it worked. So essentially what you can do is you can twist the wand. I'll twist it all the way down to level 1 so that it is straight, and then you can turn it and make it go so that it's more twisty. And honestly, the more I use this, the more I dislike it. Usually in mascara, it's the other way. The more I use it, the more I feel like it works better. This is extremely pokey on the eyes. It stabs me, which I don't like to be stabbed while I'm doing my makeup. It's a plastic bristle brush, which sometimes they're more rough than others. This is a really rough one. Also, it's just not very effective. It's just not a very good mascara. I need a lot of help with my lashes, and this just doesn't do it for me at any turn. I don't see any difference between, like, you're supposed to get more volume the more you twist it. I don't feel like that function works. I feel like it's more marketing. They got me. I don't like it. Not repurchasing it. Don't recommend. Second product is a newer purchase. This is the Maybelline Instant Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. I ended up getting the shade Light. So this can be a good product. I'm actually wearing it today. It's the glow that I have on my cheeks. If you have dry or dull skin, you're probably going to love this product. If you have already naturally shiny skin, you might as well just skip it. The purpose of this is to add luminosity to the face, and it is a nice sheer version of that. So if you're trying to go for a natural glow, this is fantastic. But my biggest issue with this is it does advertise itself as a primer, concealer, highlighter, and BB cream. I would say you could use this as a primer and a highlighter. This has 0 coverage, so no concealer and no BB cream. I haven't really tested it enough to see whether it's a primer, but highlighter, yes, absolutely. And it's very nice and subtle. I'll swatch it for you. I really like the way that it works. So you just twist it up and the product comes out, and then you can apply it. Let me twist a little more, make sure I get plenty of it on my hand so you can see. So that is unblended. Let me blend it. So I don't know if you can see, I don't know if it's coming off on camera over on this side, how glowy my hand is, but it's not sparkly in any way. It's just a glow, which I think is gonna be a fabulous product, like I said, for the right person. I do like the functionality of it. I like the sponge. The only thing is you have to keep in mind that bacteria is gonna collect on that, so it's only gonna last, let's say 3 months or so before you probably wanna get rid of it because you can't clean the sponge. There's no way to clean it. Lasting power color on this was good. I wore it both under foundation and also as a highlighter. It's really just, I don't like the way they advertise it because I don't think it can do all of the things that it says it's going to do. But for what it does it well. Next up, we have our first Too Faced Better Than Chocolate product. We have the Too Faced Better Than Chocolate eyeshadow palette. Now, I am wearing it on my eyes today, and this is probably my favorite look that I've done with this palette. On my lid, I used this shade in the crease, up in the crease, and in the outer corner, and then I put the blue right in the center. Then on the outer corner, I used this shade, and on the inner corner, I used this shade right here. Then what I did was I took the blue and I topped it over top of the two browns, and that's how I got this kind of duochrome kind of look. So for me, most Too Faced palettes I like, especially this format. Like the pumpkin spice palette was fabulous. I like the ginger red palette. I really like most of the palettes that are like this, but honestly, this one's just okay, especially for the price point. If this was at a $20 price point, I would say yes, absolutely. But at the price point that it's at, I think that it's overpriced because these shadows are a little tricky to work with, especially the shimmery guys. Like this purple has zero pigmentation, and I showed this to you before. It's like nothing. There's like nothing there. This green isn't really a green. It's more of a like gray brown, especially when you have it on your eyes for a little while. You can't even see the purple, and you see how it's just gray? Like it's not even green. The white and the blue are both more toppery kinds of shades, but you really have to build them. This purple's absolutely useless. I will say the mattes are nice. Some of them are a little bit hard to blend, but they're fine. They're just okay. So overall, just really disappointed in this palette. I don't think that it's worth the cost, and I'm happy that I got it so I could tell you about it, but I can't really see myself reaching for this in the future. I'm probably gonna declutter it. Next up, another Too Faced product. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in the brown shade. Let me swatch it for you so you can see what we're dealing with as far as the color goes. It does have a brush tip, which I personally really like. Application overall is good. Lasting power is pretty good. I did have it smudge a little bit on the outer corners. It doesn't have great lasting power. If you're somebody that rubs the edges of your eyes throughout the day, it's not gonna last there like some eyeliners do, but it's fine. My big issue with this is it's pokey. Something is going on with the bristles here that I never noticed with the Too Faced eyeliner before, in that when I apply it, I can feel the bristles stabbing my eyelid, and I don't know why. I've never had an eyeliner do that before. I'm pretty sure I've used Too Faced eyeliners before and never had that problem. I don't know what is going on, but it's painful and I don't like it. But performance overall is pretty good. It's just I don't like the way that it feels. And at the price point that it's at, I want it to be way better as far as the performance, as far as the corners of my eyes. Like the M Cosmetics eyeliner is freaking fabulous as far as the way that it stays on, the one by Hindash. Like you can rub the corners of your eyes and it will not come off. Like this comes off. So I personally just prefer other formulas to this one. Moving on to products that I like, but I just think could be better. These products were sent to me by a company called Exponent, and I will tell you I probably wouldn't have purchased them because again, the price point is pretty high on them. But I was fascinated by the concept and I wanna show you how they work. I do have a post on my Instagram about it. Essentially, you have this container here that houses a hyaluronic acid serum. And what you do is you take one of these guys. This one is the Calm Revival Green Tea Resveratrol Powder. And it looks like this. You kind of have to construct this in the beginning. I'll link that Instagram post down below for you if you want to see how it was constructed. And then what you do is you go like this, you push down and you twist. And you lift it up. So inside you get a dollop of the hyaluronic acid serum and then also the powder. You get 2 little dollops of powder. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to mix those together and it activates the actives that are inside the powder. So you know how they say that skincare goes bad if it's, you know, the actives kind of stop being active after they've been sitting on the shelf for a while? This gets rid of that issue. At least that's what they claim, that this gets rid of that issue because you're fresh mixing the ingredients into the hyaluronic acid so that you get the most potency possible from the ingredients. So I got that one, and then I got this one. This is the Firming Filter CoQ10 Antioxidant Powder. I got those two. My issue with this is that I do feel like I need just a little bit more of the hyaluronic acid serum than what naturally comes out. So usually I give it like another half of a pump with my fingers after it comes out. And then mixing it in with your finger is good. Like, you can do it, but I feel like it's really hard to get the product out of here so that you feel like you get everything. So what I ended up doing was I used this Sigma spatula thingy. It's like a skincare spatula that Sigma had come out with that they had sent to me. And I tried using that and that worked fine, but what I found worked even better was the one that I got from Teamy for a sponsor video that I did recently. This one works great with this to get the product so that you can get it all the way out. So you just kind of scoop it like that. So that's how much, that looks disgusting. But that's how much comes out, and it looks a little gritty, but then when you rub, you can't feel any grit when you rub it in. It's very, very smooth. It feels great on the skin. Dries down beautifully, feels wonderful. I usually top it with a moisturizer because I always top my serums with a moisturizer, but it does feel good. It seeps into the skin nicely, no stickiness, no weirdness. And then after you use it, you're supposed to rinse this out or wipe it out, which I do every night. If you don't rinse it out or wipe it out, you'll see brown. The formula actually turns brown because it oxidizes. Which kind of shows that it does change when exposed to light and air, and that this mixing is what's best for this formula. So overall, I've been really enjoying these products. I think they're great, but I do think that there is a significant flaw with this formula, that they need to send something like this with it so that customers can get all of the product out, because it really is, especially if you have long nails, it really is difficult to get the product out, you know, so that you're getting your money's worth out of it, because these products are not cheap. They're not. Next up is another product that was sent to me in PR. It is from Essence. It's their brand new eyeliners. I did not use the other black one as much yet, the one that's not waterproof, but I will speak to these two. This is the Essence Lash Princess Liner, and I have really been enjoying these to an extent. There's definitely things that I think could be better about these. One thing I do love about them is that they go on very blackety black. They're very opaque in one swipe, and overall pretty easy to apply. They are a felt tip, and it is a fat felt tip. So this takes a little bit of getting used to, but because the point is so fine, you can get a nice fine line with it, or you can lay it down real heavy and get that real thick Amy Winehouse line if you want to. So here is the black waterproof, la 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 la, and then we'll show you the brown, and I do want to swatch the Too Faced next to it just so you can see the shade difference. This one is even lighter than the Too Faced one. Bloop. So you can see there's a significant difference. So that's the Essence black, that's the Essence brown, and that's the Too Faced brown. Just for comparison's sake, let me show you the M Cosmetics brown. Bloop. It's actually very similar to the Too Faced. I'm surprised. I didn't think they would be that similar. I thought that the M Cosmetics was a little bit darker, but I was wrong. So overall performance of these, the lasting power is good on the lid, but just like the Too Faced, it does rub off on the edges if you are scratching the sides of your eyes. I would much rather buy these than this because the price point is better. The performance is almost exactly the same. I do like a brush tip, which is this one, better than the felt tip, but because this one stabs me, the felt tip wins. So that's why these are so much higher. And overall, they're good liners. Are they great liners? No, but they're very good. Next up, another new purchase for me. This is the Maybelline Vinyl Ink. I got it in shade 40, which is witty. It's what I'm wearing on my lips today. Positives first, beautiful, beautiful color. That's all I'm wearing on my lips today is this beautiful just wash of color. It's not painty looking. It kind of melds into the lips. It's a beautiful shade, like a lip tint rather than a thick, heavy liquid lipstick. I love the way the color lays on. It makes it look like a My Lips But Better kind of situation. Let me swatch it on my hand just so you can see how that looks. And it blends beautifully onto the lips. My big complaint about this is it does have a little bit of stick to it. Like right now, It's been on my lips for about half an hour and the stick will stay there. So if that bothers you, you're gonna wanna skip this because you do feel the stick all the time. But how you can work with it is you can layer on a lip balm or you can layer on a lip gloss, but that's gonna lessen your lasting power. Lasting power on this is an hour or two without any eating or drinking. If I eat or drink, there is going to still be color there, but it just isn't going to be as opaque. Fade down is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous fade down. It's a really nice product. My only issue with this, literally only issue with this, is the stick to it. So if you were looking at these and you like this kind of a formula, highly recommend. I just realized I put in an extra product. But these next two are Too Faced, so let's just put them together. This is, speaking of lip products, this is the Too Faced Lip Injection Maximum Plump. I have tried this formula before, but I've never tried a chocolate scented one and I wanted to. I really like this. I forgot how much I like this formula. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's put this on over top and see how it looks over top of this Maybelline gloss. Or lipstick, or whatever it is. Lip vinyl, I don't know, whatever it is. And you can see there's just a little bit of shine to it. It's really pretty. The scent on this is really weird. You definitely smell the chocolate because that's what this one is supposed to be, but you do smell that typical Too Faced lip injection scent, which is almost like a cinnamony, chemical-y kind of scent mixed in, which is fine, doesn't bother me. As far as the tingling on this, what you're gonna feel is almost like a prickly burning sensation, like if your foot fell asleep but was also on fire, but just a little bit of fire, not a lot of fire. And for someone that's so tactile, I don't like things to feel uncomfortable, I don't mind this. It doesn't bother me. As far as temporary plumping effects, I did do a review of the original Lip Injection Extreme many years ago, and I did show on camera, I did a time lapse of it, and you could see that my lips did get probably a millimeter larger from using this because your lips are getting irritated and they're swelling because of the irritation. So that's how that works. And if you dig on that, you're probably gonna dig on this. I like it. I like the color of it. I don't mind the way that it feels. I like the way that it's not sticky at all. It's made this Maybelline product feel so much better. And it's a good product. I like it. And then second product in this category from Too Faced is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Natural Chocolate Bronzer in Golden Cocoa. I do believe this is the same formula of bronzer that they've come out with, and this is just a new shade. But I will tell you, I do really like this a lot. The packaging is gorgeous, as always, and I feel like the color on this is really pretty. It does have golden undertones. So if you have golden undertones in your skin like I do, I think that you might really, really like this. My only complaint about this is that for other people, not for me, this is not going to be deep enough. This is as deep as it builds. It does not build deeper than that, which is perfect for my skin tone. And that's why it's so high up on the countdown, because I really like it a lot. I've always been a fan of Too Faced bronzers. This one is no different. I love the smell of them. You know, the chocolate scent. I feel like they've even improved on the chocolate scent of their products. It smells more like hot cocoa rather than like a fake chocolatey scent like some of their products have in the past. And it's just a really nice bronzer, and I'm very happy to have it. Just be aware, if you are deeper than me, you may want to pass on this one. Two more products. Now this one I may have talked about in the past, but I have a new love for it, so I want to share it with you. I brought this on my vacation last week. This is the Dancing Green Eyeshadow Palette by Essence. I bought this a long time ago, but I didn't really use it a whole lot because it's like, I had all these other things I wanted to try that were like bougier and all that stuff, and I was being a little bit of a snob about it. This is a fabulous eyeshadow palette. Like, I enjoyed using this so much more than I enjoyed using this when I was on vacation. I found myself excited to use this, where this one I was like, oh, I gotta use it because I have to review it. This one I was like, yay, I get to use it. You know that feeling? Makes you happy. The foils in here are very foiled. Let me swatch a few for you. The mattes blend beautifully. They're just really, really good quality mattes. Just swatch them here. Bloop, Bloop. Do you see the difference between the Too Faced green and this green? Like, this is supposed to be a brown, but the rest are green, and they look green. They actually look green. I mean, the lighter one is kind of a green gray, but you can really see the green in it. Where I feel with Too Faced, you couldn't really see it. It just looks like a gray brown. It's not what it's supposed to be. I think Essence nailed this palette. They did send me a bunch of other palettes that were in this collection. I remember giving a few away to one of Phoenix's friends as a gift. Phoenix is my oldest. So I don't have some of them anymore because I knew I just wasn't going to use them, and now I'm kicking myself and I want them back. But I'm not gonna take them back, but I might repurchase them because I'm really enjoying this. This is fantastic. Lasting power is great, easy to use, everything I want in an eyeshadow palette at an extremely low price point. And finally, at number 1, I always save this for a product that surprises me. Very surprised how much I like this. This is the e.l.f. HD powder. I had bought this as part of a drugstore haul, and I love this stuff. I think this is just as good as high-end powder. It's wonderful. I'm wearing it today. It sets my makeup beautifully. It helps my makeup last longer. The packaging is a little bit messy. A lot of product does come out, but I'm used to that with powder, so it doesn't really bother me. Overall, just the formula is so good. This reminds me of my Laura Mercier powder that I've loved forever, my Bare Minerals powder that I've loved forever, and this is a fraction of the price. So definitely recommend this. Very much been using it. I know that it doesn't, it's not a very exciting product for number 1, but I was surprised how it didn't look powdery at all on my skin like a lot of lower cost powders do. It performs just like a high-end powder, so that's why it's at number 1. Great job, e.l.f. And at this point, my friend, it is your turn in the collective brain of mega awesomeness, where we help each other not to buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it. I would love to know your thoughts on any of the products that I tried today. What do you think about what I showed you? If you have tried them, what has your experience been? Because I am only one person, I have one face, so your face is probably quite different, and I can probably learn from you. We can all learn from you, so leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. If you haven't tried any of these products, but you have been trying some things, I would love to know what you've been trying and loving or not liking, and maybe I'll buy them for a future video. Thank you again so much for watching. If you would like to hang out just a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a couple videos for you right over here to watch. But if it is your time to go, no problem at all. Totally get it. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you. And I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!